What up, y'all, and welcome back to the channel, Dap Universal. I'm Dap. So, coming back at you with another pick a card reading, and this is actually an impromptu read. This was not planned. I was just very inspired by the moment. I don't really know why. I just had to do a reading for y'all, switch it up a little bit. First I just want to say thank y'all for liking and subscribing to the channel. The support has been amazing. Some of y'all know that I suffer with depression, bipolar disorder, like a lot of shit. Like everybody got a lot of shit, but I do this to kind of reconnect with my higher self. There's always a message in here for me too. So it's like when I do read that y'all are resonating with this stuff, like you enjoy the content, you feel like you leave the video more inspired or more enlightened than you were, that's a blessing. That's all I really want. That's all I really want. But yeah, I'm not gonna bore you to death. Today we're talking about, just simply put, what are my spirit guides trying to tell me? So this is a message from your guides. I left it completely open. I don't know what's gonna come out, but I do know what piles you're gonna be picking from. There's gonna be 3 of them today. You're gonna choose between pile number 1, the sun, beautiful. Pile number 2, the moon. And pile number 3, the star. So if you already forgot, it's pile number 1, the sun, pile number 2, the moon, and pile number 3, the star. So go ahead and pause the video if you need to, check the timestamps below. And of course, as always, I will see you at your reading. Bye for now. What up, pile number 1? If you chose the sun, this is your reading. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus was, he washed my sins away. I'm hearing good things for this pile, apparently. Like, you may be Taurus, Capricorn, Pisces, but the thing about it though, you may not be an actual Pisces or Capricorn sun or Taurus sun. Well, I guess it's Pisces. A Taurus sun, it feels more like an energy of maybe you have like a Taurus moon or a Capricorn rising, or you have like a weird stellium, like a bunch of planets in like the 5th or the 2nd house or something like that. You may also be a life path number 5, life path number 1, life path number 2. Yeah. So far that's what I got. But this is just simply what do your spirit guides want you to know? What does spirit want to tell you? What does your higher self want you to know right now? I'm going to read you what you pulled, in this crystal gemstones and archangels oracle card. You pulled a dolomite, and it's going to basically set the stage of what we're talking about, what we're dealing with, what the spirit wants you to know. It says, have you wanted to do something creative? Are you feeling artistic? Let your inspiration flow and generate your insight into manifest reality. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a nice meal, a pretty garden, an amazing photograph, or some sewing project. Regardless, now is the time to produce it. It will bring you fulfillment and purpose. All right, so this could also be stepping into your more creative powers, or even if it's just a hobby, it's like doing the thing that makes you feel good. But there is a lot to be said about if you're sleeping on your gifts, you're doing just that, because there is money to be made. You can capitalize off your gifts. I have a really good friend named Jazzy Mocha. She does tarot as well. I think mainly on TikTok though. But her whole vibe is your gifts shall make room for you. And she told me this one time like a year ago, and it was like, oh my God, I need to do my YouTube channel. If it wasn't for that kicking ass, it's like, there's no shame in being authentically aligned to something that you love to do, whether it's silly to the outside world, practical, whatever it is. It's your life to live, it's your path. Maybe it's within you to start a new trend, do something completely different, go left. Because every time you seem to go right, It's like every time you try to do the right thing, the proper thing, what people expect of you, you seem to either hate it or get knocked down a peg or have a hard time just even getting into, like, say, the opportunity or whatever. It's like, if you're that type of person, it's saying you really aren't supposed to go that way. If it doesn't feel right in your body, it just doesn't go that way. You may also be Leos, but, or Leo rising maybe, I don't know. But the Sun card saying that you should feel this happy about what you're doing. If you don't feel like this naked baby riding a white pony on a summer ass day, then it's not for you. And that's okay. And it doesn't matter what it is that makes you feel happy. It could be you flipping Krabby Patties at the Krusty Krab. If you have enthusiasm in it, if it's your calling, it's your calling. Be the best damn Krabby Patty flipper you can be. You know? It's like, it's not about the money. Like, it's fuck the money will come. Y'all gotta be like Tauruses, maybe going through a spiritual awakening. I see the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. You pull the Hierophant as well in your cards. But the life lesson that you're going through, like, say the main lesson in all of this is peace. It says, I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. So it's like saying, if you just go for that thing that makes you feel good, that makes you feel like your authentic self, you will find peace in that. It's like, you'll sleep better at night. It's like when I found tarot, like I mainly did this to get some answers because my life was fucked up. But at a certain point, I'm like, okay, I guess I do have a gift, or I guess this does feel right to me. I love this. Oh my God, I love this. And nothing else has felt better like than to speak my truth through these esoteric like ways, like through numerology, through whatever. And so people raise an eyebrow. My own family don't get it, like, for the most part, but it's like, I don't do it for them. At the end of the day, I do it for everybody, but it's like, I'm not living their life. It's like, it's not, if it doesn't resonate with them, it doesn't resonate with them. I'm not gonna push my beliefs on anybody. I'm not gonna push anything on anybody, but I'm also not gonna take shit from nobody. That's pile number one. That's pretty much part of your message. I'm also seeing your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. It's like, say, if you just sit down and come up with a game plan, study more on like, say, the more practical side of whatever it is that you do, especially if you're an artist, I feel like you'll get somewhere. Like, you just gotta put in your 100,000 hours, your 10,000 hours, whatever the saying is. Just show up for yourself. New moon in Capricorn, step up and lead. Do something different. Capricorn is all about your work, your achievements, what you do, your professional life, your public life. Taurus is all about like your resources, what you find to be comfortable, your assets, your gifts, your actual morals. So it's like saying you are meant to do something that's more so spiritual. And when I say spiritual, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be me like reading tarot like I'm doing to you right now. It could be anything like, say, a hairdresser or a cosmetologist or even a server at a restaurant if it really calls to you. If you like serving people, if you like making people feel good, it's very powerful. You may think that this person's just like working at like, you know, some nail salon or something like that, but it's like, if you can change someone's viewpoint of themselves to make them feel more confident, you know, at the end of the day, even like bartenders, like you're sitting there serving people, you're talking to them, you let them vent out their problems, you let them feel heard, you're nice to them, and it's like they may leave in a much better mood or a much better headspace than they were when they came in, you know? So it's like, no matter what you're doing, as long as you're like operating from your heart center, like what's really authentic to you, you touch people. So it doesn't matter what it is. But what the tarot cards say. So I asked Spirit to give me insight on what you need to embrace and what you need to release. So what you need to embrace is the Hierophant. I'm using this Disney Villains deck. It's baby becoming your own boss. I see world's greatest boss on the card. She's like in this office. It's saying to be a little bit selfish. It's okay to be a little bit selfish. It's okay. But at the same time, don't be so fixated on the status, on the money, on the material part. Because it's like saying, if you say fuck the money will come. If you're not so focused on the money and just really shining and just living your truth, people want to support that. You figure out a way to do it. You can't stop until you figure out how to make a living off this thing. That's how so many artists get big. That's how so many people who were unconventional trailblazers got to where they were, because they were not satisfied with I can't do this forever, or I can't do this for a living. Watch me. So I feel like what you need to release is this energy of maybe falling into those traps of what you always thought was right, or what you always thought was the plan for yourself, because maybe those things are outdated. Maybe those things don't even resonate anymore. I don't know. But what you need to what you need to embrace is the High Priestess. The High Priestess. The more you trust that you already know that you're not gonna just fuck yourself up, you know how to take care of yourself at this point. You are your own best source of judgment for your own life. You can trust yourself. You can trust yourself. And I feel like most of y'all do that anyway. If you chose the Sun pile, I already feel like y'all some confident motherfuckers anyway. You may doubt yourself every once in a while, but you are self-assured, you are confident, and whatever anxieties that you have don't really stop you from getting to where you're gonna be. It's like, it may slow you down. You may be a little bit stagnant sometimes, but at the end of the day, you end up always persevering, getting the fuck up and doing what you gotta do. With the High Priestess, if you lean more into just that, trusting that this is my purpose, this is my life path, I already know this is what I'm doing, I know what I came down here to do. Make decisions based on how you are feeling. Not like an I'm not saying like an impulsive type energy. You'll know when you feel it. It's like, it's a certain feel. It almost feels like an impulse, but it just feels right. You can't really put your finger on why it feels right, but go with that. Start moving more into your intuition, because you already got the practical side. And some of the loose ends in the practical side, you'll end up figuring out how to weave together once you kind of blend your logical side and your intuitive side. I feel like if you are a Capricorn or a Taurus especially, you are innately both spiritual and very practical. Taurus and Capricorn are both very spiritual signs, but they're also very practical signs, you know? But I thought I was gonna have to clarify some stuff, but I guess I really don't. So I guess I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna read you the back of your oracle card. It's an affirmation. You can screenshot this, you can pause it, read it, say it out loud. This is for you. This is for you today, yours, always, whatever. But I'm a huge advocate for affirmations. You're basically programming those toxic thoughts in your mind. You're reprogramming yourself, you know? But it says, Archangel Gabriel, I relax my mind, body, and spirit to meditate regularly. Great ideas are constantly flowing into my mind. It's fulfilling to follow through on creative thoughts and manifest my reality. I take enthusiastic action and I am productive. So one more thing though, I ain't gonna sit here and keep you here all damn day. I know you got stuff to do and people to see, bigger fish to fry, me too. But go ahead and let me know how this resonated. I read every single comment. I love when y'all reach out and y'all engage with the video and let me know if this was even meaningful for you. But also, if you haven't already, it would mean a lot for me, or a lot to me, if you would subscribe to the channel so we can be friends. You don't have to though. It's really no skin off my nose. I'm an Aquarius. I have a thing about commitment as well. But I will give you this and give it to the next person and the next person. Tell your friends. But best advice I can give you is, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings. Ow, we do. Bye. What up, pile number 2? If you chose the star, welcome to your reading. And today we're just looking at what the spirit wants you to know, what the spirit want to tell you, what's your message. I'm leaving it quite open. Off the bat though, I do feel like you could be Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. You could have that, like Scorpio is your south or north node especially. Also getting something about a life path number 3. You may be Geminis or Sagittarius or Aquarius. So far that's all I'm getting, but or maybe even yeah, I'm thinking we're Sagittarius. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. But I'm gonna start off with this crystal gemstone message. It kind of speaks of maybe what spirit wants you to focus on, or maybe what's the main highlight of your reading. And it's the red tiger's eye. And it says, do you need some motivation? Do you find your mind wandering when you're trying to stay focused? If so, you need to find your passion and begin experiencing the rewards that come with living it. Do what you love. Prosperity is yours, but you must take action. You must take action. The lesson that you're going through right now, the whole bigger picture is honesty. Honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Okay? Okay. And it speaks back to, like, I can't control much of anything in this world. I can't control what you do, how you feel about me, I can't control none of that shit. All I can really control is how I react to stuff, mainly, right? So it's like saying, I can't expect anything from others, right? On a base level, but I know what I can expect from myself. I know who I am. And innately, once you really set boundaries with yourself, figure out who the fuck you are, you do attract people who are more aligned to that. You stop attracting people who are in a negative energy or coming from a place of not wanting your best good. Because I feel like we do manifest what we are, not what we want, in a sense. So if you haven't come to terms with, like, setting those boundaries with yourself, or being even honest with yourself, if you think low of yourself, you're going to attract people who feel the same way about themselves and you. Once you really tackle some of those triggers, those old wounds that everybody has, like, I think we're all fucked up from childhood. I mean, that's the point. I think the whole point of childhood is to be fucked up, is to have something to heal from when you get older. I don't really think that. But I do feel like everyone has some kind of baggage from childhood, because no one had perfect parents. No one had a perfect situation in any part of their life. So you had to have some kind of challenges. Therefore, there's always something to heal from. There's always something to go back and review. And especially with this Scorpio energy, go deeper. It's begging you to tap into your emotions, begging you to do the hard work and look at the reasons as to why you get in situations that you get into. Because I feel like y'all get in hard situations where you get stuck. It's like, I don't think y'all are weak people at all, but I do feel like you may get wrapped up in a lot of situations based on how you're feeling, and then you get stuck not knowing what to do to get out of it, or like how to bounce back, or like it's like you get so overwhelmed about what you should or shouldn't do that you don't do anything in a timely manner, it feels like. That's why you have this, do you need motivation card? Do you need, to stay focused? Because it's like saying you very much move from a place of how you're feeling at any given time, or even being inspired. But if you can tap into, like, figuring out why you do certain shit, like, why do I have this awful habit of doing this? Or why does this trigger me? You start to understand it, and you get less and less triggered. You get to be, but it starts with being honest with yourself. And once you do that, you get new moon eclipse. Expect powerful change, completely new version of yourself, a deeper version of yourself. Your spiritual gifts open up even more. Because I feel like y'all are a spiritual pal. Y'all are intuitive as hell, but it's like saying, it may be on a whole nother level. Some of y'all are actually healers. Some of y'all are actually seriously healers. But some of y'all are also afraid of that. Some of y'all are maybe mediums. I get some of y'all y'all may feel or sense entities that are not human, maybe like spirits or like ancestors or something like that, and it may really freak you out. Some people aren't even like clairvoyance. Like, some people aren't so sensitive that it bothers them, but some people, unfortunately, they do manifest their gifts in a really, like, punch in the face kind of way, especially if you're like a life path number 11. Especially like a life path number 11 or life path number 2. You can probably sense, like, actual spirits. If you're a Scorpio or have like a lot of 8th house energy in your chart, you probably, like, really can, like, see them in full. Like you can literally see the ghosts. Like, you can hear them. You really interact with beings in other dimensions. I know that's a really weird topic, or like a whatever, but you clicked on my thumbnail. This is for you. I'm sorry if it doesn't resonate. I'm sorry, but I have to say it. But what you need to release and embrace. So let's get into the tarot. What you need to release is the Knight of Wands. And she's throwing a fit. Like, this is like energy of just kind of like wanting to be free and like just be able to have no boundaries and like explore and learn and grow. But I don't want to commit to anything. I want to be a jack of all trades type of energy, and I don't want to commit to anything. I don't want to like really subscribe to any sort of kind of thing. I want to be free and just be me. And so it's saying, like, maybe that was great for you for a moment, and it's always good for you to grow, but it's like saying maybe you're coming to a point where you need to kind of elevate that some more. I feel like y'all been doing that for a while. You may really be Sagittarius or Taurus, just crack the deck and we have the Knight of Wands again. So some of y'all on a spiritual path, or some of y'all are feeling the urge to look more into spirituality, understand it more, try to figure it out. If you're getting that calling, go for it. Go for it. But it's not something that you're going to be doing alone forever. I feel like when we first tap into our spirituality, we do kind of tend to close ourselves off. It can be like you don't not resonate with a lot of people anymore from your past, so you just kind of stick to yourself. And I'll be honest with you, I went through my spiritual awakening and learning tarot during 2020 COVID in a hotel room, like not being able to leave. Like I literally just was reading people on Facebook and just trying to reading books and watching YouTube videos, trying to figure out how intuition works. And it was one of the darkest, best periods of my life. I don't ever want to go through that shit again, but it was. I mean, I can't describe how free I felt in a sense during a lockdown. Right, I felt so fucking free. But at a certain point, we have to come out of that den. We have to come out of that seclusion, that hermit mode, and share our gifts with the world. That's why I have this YouTube channel now. That's why I do what I do now, because I'm still healing from a lot of things, like everyone else. Like we'll never be done healing, but it's like saying I feel like I'm now ready to the point where I want to give this back, share it, because it's not my knowledge. It's not just mine. It's ours. So even if what I'm talking about for you isn't something spiritual like that, even if it's just something like, so something that you have to say, like a message for the world, like something like people need to hear your point of view. What I'm getting at is it may be time to collaborate, put yourself out there, show up for yourself, believe in yourself, be supported, let yourself be supported, because what you have to embrace is the Three of Pentacles. And I see this card as like you do have spiritual helpers. You do have a lot of like spiritual like you have a team of people, like I think mainly ancestors on the other side really guiding you, and you can hear them even when you don't think, like even when you're not conscious of it. You are guided by your spiritual guides naturally. You listen to them. You pull the star card as that's what you chose to be read on. Like you are a spiritual being. Some of y'all, I feel like most of y'all already know this, but a lot of y'all, if you needed that confirmation, yes, you do have a gift. You do have something to say. You went through some dark shit, some hard shit, so you can come out the other side and help somebody else either not go through that thing or not feel alone going through that thing. So because you went through some awful shit, you saved a lot of people from going through the same thing, or you may have been able to help them see why they are going through that thing. Even on the smallest level, it's a blessing. You're a blessing. You are a blessing. But I'm not going to talk you to death. I mean, I'm not even going to clarify nothing. I'm going to read you the back of this card. It's an affirmation to Archangel Ariel. You can pause it, screenshot it, read it out loud, whatever. I do think that affirmations are best read out loud. They basically just reprogram some of that toxic language that we have stored within us from childhood. But your affirmation, and I'm going to close it out. It says, Archangel Ariel, I am passionately persistent. I have the courage and self-confidence to create my world. It's easy for me to take action and move forward in life with joy and enthusiasm. And if joy and enthusiasm is not Sagittarius energy, I don't know what is. You're about to be blessed. You are blessed. Stay blessed. And remember, just one more thing, and I'll let you go. Okay, but before I let you go, comment to the video if it resonated. Let me know what you're going through. I'll read every last one of my comments. Most of y'all get like replies back. You know, I love the engagement. Also, subscribe to the channel if you want to. We can be friends. If you ain't ready for that, I get it. It's cool. I'm an Aquarius. Ain't about that commitment life either. But yeah, just remember this stuff for me. If you got spirit, what? Spirit got you. Blessings in all we do. Bye. What up, pile number 3? If you chose the moon, welcome to your reading. So off the bat, we're just talking about what message your spirit guides, has for you, right? So leaving it quite open. We're actually gonna start off with me just kind of looking at the cards, filling it out. Okay, there's Taurus energy all in this bitch. So maybe like the main theme of the reading for everybody is to be grounded, to pay attention to your resources, but also move from a place that feels authentic to you. What are your morals? What do you feel is important? What do you think matters in this world, in this life to you? And living authentically in it. Doing that hard work to figure out what it is that makes you happy, but also how can I do this and still make a living or be happy with what I'm doing. It's like, even if you say keep that job that you don't quite love, how can I have a very rich, like, say, personal life or private life? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to really just love what you do for work, although that's the goal. But as long as you can balance it out with purpose, golden. But I am going to read you this oracle card. We'll kind of touch base on what the main theme of your message is. And it's the Kalbatoan calcite. And it says, are you in love? Are you craving health and feelings of well-being? Become a conduit for allowing heaven and earth to meet you at your center. It's time to acknowledge the essence of the divine love in you. Take the time to nurture yourself. Imagine yourself in the arms of the Divine Mother. Wow, nice. Picking up on some of y'all may be Taurus heavy. You may also be Geminis, Cancer, Pisces. Really any of the air signs, or you may be dealing with the air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. But the main message that you're kind of going through right now, the main theme of like the lesson is forgiveness. And it says, I acknowledge that harboring resentments block the flow of love. And this is releasing those situations where like you have to forgive other people, yeah, for doing you wrong or coming up short, because you know no one's perfect. People gonna let you down. You're gonna let other people down, whether it's intentional or unintentionally. We have to forgive those people. We carrying that around does nothing for us. Also, if you feel like something wasn't fair and it wasn't a relationship, to say like you feel like you missed the boat on something or you could have done something better or whatever, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself, because at the end of the day, even when we fuck up, when we miss the boat, when we feel like things just are not going our way, or we're just making bad decision after bad decision after bad decision after worst decision, it's saying like you're still gaining something very, very valuable. Success is not the end game. Success isn't the goal. Experience is. Learning the lesson is. It's like fucking up and being like, oh my God, I hit rock bottom. Like, how did I even do this to myself? How did I even get here? It's just as valuable as if you would have hit the nail on the head. It's saying you know where you're where to cross the line, where to make boundaries, where to focus your energy. You know what doesn't work for you when you make mistakes. It's like the most successful people on this planet that you know in history failed thousands of more times more than they've succeeded. You know what I'm saying? Like, think of Thomas Edison, think of Einstein. Like, they came with some bullshit that it did not work, it didn't resonate, it wasn't gonna work, it wasn't right. And some of it was embarrassing, but what do you remember them for? Probably none of that shit. You probably remember Thomas Edison for the light bulb. You probably know Einstein for the theory of relativity. But it's like, these people didn't just wake up and have this epiphany and just do it. They had to go through a lot of trial and error. They had to fuck up a lot. So be gentle on yourself, forgive yourself, and understand that when you don't make the mark, when you do kind of veer off track, know that even in those moments, those are still valuable for your overall growth, for your overall experience of who you are. So I think a lot of it has to do with reconditioning yourself to not think so much in terms of black and white and good and bad. Think more of things as just on a polarity, like this exists, therefore that exists. It's like there's a pro and a con to everything. There's a light side and a shadow side to everything, including yourself. And you can't outshine the shadow. You have to just acknowledge it, understand it, work with it. And that's with anything that you do. It's always going to be a negative and a positive. That's just how this universe works, okay? But I also see release control, first quarter moon in Taurus. See, maybe a Taurus moon or sun. Also, another Taurus card, new New moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. So this is like saying once you do release the need to know all the fucking answers, once you do release the need to nitpick and be so fixated on one certain path or one way to do something, you will luck up and get what you want probably. It ain't gonna come to you when you want it or how you want it or exactly in the way you want it, but you'll get it. You'll still come to it because it's meant for you. Remember that the thing is meant for you, but the path, that's up to the universe. There's too many people involved. There's too many variants involved, variables. You can't control shit, but your reactions. Okay, so it's like saying you got to release this need to want to control situations. And I understand where the need comes from. I'm a fixed sign. You may be a fixed sign as well, like a Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius. But it's hard for us to shift gears when we feel that something is supposed to go a certain way. Also, with this Scorpio card, this moon card is Scorpio, and all this Taurus energy, you may be going back, whether you're Taurus or Scorpio or not, you may be going back and forth with yourself. You may be really in two different like directions, like I don't know what to do, or like feeling a little bit pulled apart, pulled in different directions. I say that because Taurus and Scorpio are opposite on the astrology chart. So every sign has an opposite sign, if you didn't know that. So Taurus is the opposite of Scorpio. They both have innately something in common, but the way they go about it is completely different. Completely different. Like Taurus is about resources, how one gains things for themselves and find abundance for themselves through hard work and perseverance. Scorpio energy, if you think about it from a place of say materials, it's about other people's money. It's about inheriting people like dead relatives' money. It's about marrying into money. It's about debt. It's a different angle of it. So you may be dealing with that, trying to figure out how to get out of debt, trying to figure out how to get to where you feel like you want to be. But what you need to release is the 8 of Swords. It speaks of when you feel like you're backed into a corner, or when you feel like you're so deep in a situation you don't know where to turn. Don't rely on just that one option. Don't sit there and wait on that person. And for some of y'all, I feel like this may have to do with a relationship. I'm going to pull you a card if this is about relationship. It's about saying get out of that situation. If you're feeling stuck, if you feel backed in a corner, if you feel like you have to go between what you want to do or what feels right to you and keeping this motherfucker, get rid of that motherfucker. I know it's easier said than done, but if you needed to hear that, that's the truth. But I'm going to pull a card for the lovers out here who are trying to find some clarity, some insight in their love life. You're the only pile that got this, by the way, so this is for you. I see 10 of Pentacles, or the 10 of Diamonds. It's a network of support is what I wrote on this card. So this could also have to do with family, like feeling obligated to appeal to what your family wants you to do, or what your spouse wants you to do, or what makes the most money. It's like saying you're caring a lot about what maybe people think, or feeling like you're being selfish or robbing the family if you go a different way, or if you break up with that person, or you get a divorce, or whatever it is. One more card for the lovers. I do see the 5 of Swords or the 5 of Spades. It says words that cannot be unsaid. Somebody said some shit to you, hurt your feelings, made you feel very small, told you that you couldn't do something or you shouldn't do something. They really did hit you where it hurt. They hit you in the balls about it. Words that can't be unsaid. It's like even if you said you forgive this person or you're trying to move on, or whatever they said or did to you, it's like saying you still can't forget it. And the 10 plus 5 is 15. 10 plus 5 is 15. That's the devil energy. You may be dealing with a Capricorn. But the devil energy to me is all about toxic situations. Things that keep us in that illusion of feeling trapped, or things that we feel trapped to. But what you need to embrace is the Ace of Swords in reverse. You will release a lot of that baggage and a lot of those toxic tendencies or toxic patterns if you just embrace the fact that you don't need to know every little detail about how things is going to work out, or what someone is thinking, or how they feel about you, or like you're never going to know fully on a spectrum like how anything is, other than what's going on in your own self, mind, body, soul. And once you get that down packed, you may intuitively pick up on how other people feel, think, and sense. But you can't do none of that until you figure out what's going on with you. And it's not about fixing those things that's going on with you. It's about just acknowledging it, being gentle with yourself, forgiving yourself, loving yourself, and the fixing part that comes with it. You do start to choose better decisions for yourself, make better decisions for yourself, choose healthier patterns once you understand what they are and where they come from. This moon card talks about going deeper. It talks about understanding that emotional side of yourself, healing that trauma, saying fuck the fears. If it makes you feel uncomfortable, good. That means that I'm doing some work. It means that this is something that's worthwhile for me to check into. If I feel good in my body, then it's something I should be doing. If I feel uncomfortable, it's something I need to figure out, why am I uncomfortable about this? Even just to acknowledge why. But the more you know, the Ace of Swords is also the card of knowledge and intuition, insight. It's like saying sometimes you can't see your own bullshit because, you can't see the forest with the trees. It's like you're in it. But if you can somehow look at it from like a bird's eye perspective, almost like say that Sagittarius or Aquarian type energy where you can kind of like see things from a bigger picture or from a more generalized place, even if it's your own shit, it will help you a lot. It will help you a lot. But I don't know, that's all I really got for you. I didn't want to make this too long, but I'm gonna read you the affirmation on the back of the card. Affirmations are a great way for you to reprogram those negative things that you say to yourself or those negative thought patterns. By saying them out loud, you're basically reprogramming yourself, like your subconscious. It's beautiful. So if you want to take a screenshot of this, or if you want to pause this and say this out loud, that's great. I endorse that. But I'm going to read it to you. It says, Archangel Jophiel, I activate and embrace divine love. My emotions are balanced. I am clear and joyful. I am compassionate, wise, and tolerant. The qualities of unconditional love, mercy, and understanding emanate from my being. The qualities of unconditional love, mercy, and understanding emanate from my being. That's your superpower, and it's also the key to a lot of your problems. Shifting your perspective. But that's all I got for you. I'm gonna give you one more nugget of advice. It's always gonna be my advice. It's always gonna be the one thing that's gonna stay consistent on this channel for me. And I'm always gonna tell you, you will never forget. And what that thing is, well, one is, if this resonated, comment below and let me know how this resonated. Tell your story, live your truth. I'll read every last comment. It makes me feel like what I do has purpose to it. It's useful. So yeah, engage if you want to. Subscribe to the channel. But what I really want you to know is, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings and all we do. Bye.